With the 11th pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Dontari Poe, nose tackle, Memphis. Romeo Crennel, defensive coordinator under Bill Belichick, defensive coordinator, the defensive coach of Coach Moore says a big nose is part of what Dontari Poe at Memphis. Mel and John explained to everybody that, to quote Edgar Allan Poe, maybe you might be drinking a cask of Amontillado, depending on how he plays.
Look, tremendous strength and size. His combine number is amazing. He's athletic. I've seen him drop into coverage on zone blitzes. Sideline to sideline range when he turns it on is impressive for a big man. But he does not dominate marginal competition enough for the two eyes I have, Mel. A very low factor grade. There are games, I'm watching the Central Florida game, the Southern Miss game. I'm still waiting for Poe to unleash the fury and that God-given talent that he has. He's going to the right place because he's going to meet Romeo Crennel, one of the premier defensive line coaches that have ever coached in this league. And if Dontari Poe buys into it and really buys what Romeo Crennel is selling, the Kansas City Chiefs got a rare physical specimen to anchor this 3-4
Think about this, John. You think about freakish talent, unbelievable talent. He has it. Haloti Ngata type numbers, 6'3.5", 345 pounds. This kid ran a 4.87. That's faster than linebackers. You're talking about 44 reps. That's amazing. 29.5 vertical. The production you alluded to, John, wasn't there on a game-to-game basis. No doubt about that. But he flashed. Occasional penetration. He showed it. 14.5 tackles for loss last 2 years. That's not bad. Played on a team that was out of games early, okay? Not competitive. You think about rotation in the NFL, won't wear down. You saw that happen with him in some games as well. I think when he's coached up, you hope he can push the right buttons and motivate Dontari Poe to be the player that he's capable of. Haloti Ngata numbers should result in Haloti Ngata type performance. That wasn't the case. He only had half the tackles. Not his final year at Oregon, Poe's final year at Memphis. Half the tackles for Poe, yet equal ability and talent. John said it. Underachiever, needs to take his performance to another level. And Kansas City motivated him to do it.
If he connects, it's a long home run. If he doesn't connect, it's a big whiff.
You watch the kid, and I'll tell you what, and John's right, there's some games where he's quiet, and he shouldn't be. But there are also some games where he flashes, and you watch him here. 6'3.5", 345 pounds. He's the kind of guy that people say, well, he's going to be a nose tackle. I thought he was better suited to be a 4-3 defensive tackle. We'll see about nose tackle in Kansas City. He's got to get stouter. He's got to get more of an anchor. He's got to be able to be the guy who can take on at center guard and free up those linebackers. He's got to develop a mean streak, something I didn't see at Memphis. But the bottom line with this kid, rare talent. You don't see many guys over the last X amount of years coming out outside of Haloti Ngata that had this type of ability and potential on paper. He flashed it, as I said. Some had some 14.5 tackles for loss. He got the job done on certain instances in certain games, John, to make you believe that, hey, once he's in the NFL, and he's coached up, and then he's paid to play the game of football as a professional, the Dontari Poe is all that God-given talent and maximizes his ability at the pro level.
Well, heaven forbid this is